MASN's coverage of the 2023 winter meetings is brought to you by your Baltimore area Toyota dealers. For legendary safety and reliability, choose Toyota, and let's go places. Well, excited to be joined now here at Winter Meetings by the Orioles Vice President, Player Development and Domestic Scouting, Matt Blood. Matt, thank you so much for joining us.
Hey, thanks. Good to be here.
Yeah, so new role for you here, Matt. You've been the Director of Player Development since 2019. What are some things that you've learned in that role that have worked for you and you're going to continue to implement here in this new spot?
Well, when I first got here, the job was hiring and bringing in a lot of good people and setting up a system for development. And I think we've been able to do that well. We have a great staff and really good processes. And I think the same is true on the domestic scouting side. And so I'm really just hoping to get to know them even better than I currently do and just continue the success that they've been having, since I got here.
Matt, obviously the scouting has been tremendous for the Orioles to get the #1 farm system in Major League Baseball and be so deep, and year after year it seems there's been some really good hits. Without giving all your secrets away, what are some of the things that have made the Orioles so good in scouting and getting players from the amateur?
It's interesting. Good scouting usually helps make good player development, and good player development usually helps make good scouting. And I think what I'm saying is that the two are very aligned. And I think that will just continue to be the case now in this new role for myself. But we're all on the same page and we're all working towards the same goals. We're acquiring players that the organization values, both on scouting and player development. And I think that's one of the reasons why you're seeing a lot of success there.
And with the #1 farm system in baseball, obviously a lot of things have been working for you guys organizationally down at the minor league level. How do you ensure that you're always staying one step ahead of the industry when you've been trying to advance so much?
Well, that's a job that can't be done by one person. Player development is a huge department. And so the goal is to hire just a lot of really good, smart, humble people that want to learn and work together. And they're the ones who push the innovations, to be honest. And I just sort of sit back and push them along and let them create things that I never could have thought of.
So 3 straight years, the Orioles have the #1 prospect in Major League Baseball in Adley, Gunnar, Jackson, Holliday. When I ask top analysts from around various publications, they use words like amazing, incredible, maybe even unprecedented. What do you say about it?
I think it's really cool. That's really what we're striving to do, is acquire and develop great talent, and we've been able to do that. And we've got others too. Those 3 names are great names, but there's a pretty deep system underneath there, and who says we can't try to do that 4 times? We'll see.
So a few of those guys in Adley Rutschman and Gunnar Henderson, they've helped push the Orioles to 101 win season. They've opened up a window for winning here. Does that change any sort of philosophies down at the minor league level? Is there any sort of pressure to, maybe advance guys to try to get them to the big league level to help out any sooner, or do things kind of stay consistent there, regardless of what the big league
I think we follow our process. Our job is to develop players, and they let you know when they're ready for a challenge, and that's why we move players, is when they've sort of shown that they need a greater challenge than where they currently are. So, we're not gonna change that philosophy. We want to maximize each player's ability, and that's really the job.
Matt, tell us a little bit about Anthony Villa. I know he is going to join you as heading up player development. This guy you hired in 2020, rapidly rising through the ranks, great hitting coach, and now you and he running player development.
I've known Anthony a long time. He's one of the first people that we hired, whenever we got to the Orioles. And I've been working closely with him for 4 years now, actually 5 years. And he's a great individual. He's made great relationships with the players and with the other coaches. He's an expert on practice design. And honestly, I think he's going to make us even better in this role than where we were before.
Now, we can't really do an interview talking about the Orioles minor league system without asking you a question about Jackson Holliday. He said at the beginning of the year his goal was get to AA Bowie. He surpassed that. Did his season surprise you at all, or did you know he had this kind of upside there?
We knew how sort of unique and advanced he was. I don't know if I would have bet on him making it to Norfolk in that season, but I also am not surprised by it. And he's just a great kid who loves baseball. It's really all he thinks about. And we're very lucky to have him in our organization.
So Matt, what do the Orioles do to keep their farm system number one?
Well, I think we keep doing what we've been doing, which is drafting well and developing well. I think we can do that no matter where we draft. And then also, Mike and Mike are phenomenal at acquiring talent. Whether it's through the draft or through trades or the free agent market. And so I think we'll just continue to look for ways to find talent and then maximize their ability through our development system.
Well, plenty of talent to go around here in the Orioles organization. Matt Blood has been a key contributor to that. Matt, thank you so much for the time. Really appreciate it.
It's fun.
Thanks, Matt.